Who opened the door and
No,
I have a
I
riot.
want to hear it. I
No,
want to
no,
hear
no.
it.
Yeah, your son must
We
be a
already know it was
LeBron fan.
God.
Just
All
say your
right.
son's a LeBron fan. Just say your son's a LeBron fan.
All right, we live.
All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom Show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. As y'all know, we go live every Sunday to talk basketball in the GOAT conversation. So here we are, live representing straight out of the GOAT James Kingdom platform on YouTube. Shout out to all of our subscribers and members to the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Again, give us a holler if you are a member so we can talk about your perks. You can reach us at goatjameskingdom@gmail.com or goatjameskingdomshow@gmail.com. Either one of those emails would reach Brandon and I. So you guys can reach out to us because our members are available to special perks like special exclusive videos and graphs be able to be created. What up, Travis and Craig is here for everybody. What's good, y'all?
So, gentlemen,
All right. So we're gonna have a great show again, everybody. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Share the content. We are also live on our Facebook group, which is GOAT James Kingdom, the best LeBron James group in Facebook. As y'all know, Brandon and I hold it down like the best of them. Shout out to everybody in the comments. We already see my boy John here. The third, we got Mr. Unknown, son of Abba. Thank you for joining us. Y'all make sure to hit the comments as well. Let everybody know it's noon. It's Sunday, and we are here. We are here to bring you another great show. Today's topic is going to be why is LeBron able to be trolled on an hourly basis on social media, but nothing of Michael Jordan could be said negatively. So we're going to have a great conversation about that. Yes, indeed. We are going to have a great conversation. Brandon will be right back. He's having a little bit of technical difficulties. Blame that on Craig. Craig sabotaging everybody's internet.
Craig.
It's not my fault. I like Jordan.
Shout out to Twin Man and Frederick already in the comments. Make sure y'all hit us up on, like I said, we are on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. So make sure y'all give us a shout out as we are going to have a great show today. We'll get some other folks in. I believe Ralph should be joining us, and whoever, because we need Jordan fans to help us understand this notion that Michael Jordan is slandered. Like, I don't understand how. Am I a Jordan hater? Am I a Jordan hater? Okay, let's get that off the top first. Let's start with you, Craig. Am I a Jordan hater?
At times you can be. I will say you show that you hate him more than you show that you don't.
You was there when SB asked me to name 5 great things about Michael Jordan. I really couldn't do it.
You couldn't get the 4.
So Travis, I'm a Jordan hater.
I don't think you're a hater, but I just think you do it for the click sometimes. But I think it's like a lot like me. Like before I came on here, I was like, LeBron. But I've actually got a lot more appreciative of LeBron since I've been on the show. And I think deep down, if someone was like, Johnny, no joke, give me some Michael Jordan stuff, you could. But I don't think you hate him. I just think, it's whatever.
now, I would admit, I am a troll. I will troll with the best of them. I mean, you guys don't understand how bad it is for LeBron James. There's some guys who have Facebook groups, right, that want to talk about Michael Jordan, but they don't name their group after Michael Jordan because they don't just want to talk about Michael Jordan. They want to talk about LeBron James as well. So
they
they
literally have a group called LeBron James Fans Hate Michael Jordan United's Club. Like,
yeah, there is one. There is one. I actually had
you like LeBron James or you hate Jordan. Here we go.
I had to join that group. I had to join that group because of our GOAT James Kingdom page is restricted on Facebook. We can't do nothing on GOAT James Kingdom page besides admin on our Facebook group. So that's why we can still do post of the day, because we can actually comment, but we can't post, we can't share, we can't follow anything. We don't exist on Facebook. They literally banned our page on Facebook. We can't get it back. I've been trying to get it back for months.
Oh yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, man.
But basically that LeBron fans and Jordan people hate Jordan, whatever page that is more LeBron hate than anything. It's LeBron hate, porn sites, and then a few
That's
LeBron
all the
fans.
groups. And then there's some people that comment about they love life and send you links.
No,
Yeah.
no. But in that group though, they allow Jordan fans to post about LeBron though. See, that doesn't happen in GOAT James Kingdom. And look, off the top, if you are considered a GOAT James hater, you are not allowed to post in GOAT James Kingdom. Off the top. So that's how you can comment all you want to. Like we tell y'all are safe in the comments.
Hey, I got a question for Craig. Craig, are you the admin of the real Jordan group, right? The real NBA GOAT Jordan. How often do you post in that group?
Never.
Well, I only share links there, like with videos. I don't really.
Like,
I stopped commenting in groups when I started getting instant messages and video calls from people. I'm like, you know what? Jordan and LeBron is not that important.
from like your group, from your group. So you basically rarely ever post it in like your Jordan group, right?
Anymore. When I started posting y'all group, I was posting simultaneously in that group, and then when I stopped posting in that group, I stopped posting in the real GOAT too, because like I said, I don't want no instant message. I don't want no video calls. LeBron and Jordan is not that important in my life.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So basically, you stop posting in the Jordan group because you guys don't have nothing to talk about.
I literally just told you why I
no,
posting.
that is from our group, but from your there's nobody from a Jordan group calling you and sending you messages.
Groups, not this Jordan. Every group that I'm in that has nothing to do with basketball, I stopped posting in. Period. I don't post no more.
So you saying there's a lot of LeBron fans in the Michael Jordan group?
I'm saying I don't post at all. I learned my lesson.
That's what I'm saying, but it's your group. You should be able to post about Michael Jordan without fear of anybody getting into your messages, because it's your group. It's a Michael Jordan group. Who would be in your group?
I'm not going to ban nobody because of what they're posting.
No, we're talking about for you. We're talking about for you. Why don't you post about Michael Jordan in your group?
I don't post anymore, period. Whether it's about Jordan or it's about LeBron, I don't post, period.
Okay. All right, well, I think Brandon's freezing up again. He's frozen.
His internet can't take the truth.
Listen, man, y'all leave Brandon alone. Brandon is doing his thing. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Yeah, no, we see everybody in the comments. What up to Chris? What up to Adrian? Shout out to Wayne Gant. What up? Peace, y'all.
Yo, did y'all see that Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith?
Oh my God, Stephen A. Smith rambled off a bunch of stuff that I hear all the time. He is literally y'all king. He is literally y'all leader. All y'all points about Michael Jordan come from that guy alone, straight up and down. He threw everything. He threw every napalm bomb that y'all got on a simple show. Wait till Shannon Sharp get on the show. Y'all in trouble.
Yeah. He's like the opposite. He's like how Colin Cowherd is with LeBron. They just say the most generic, basic crap that's like super common knowledge. They don't refine their arguments. They're just like yelling things. And it's just like, it's so frustrating.
It's when he said go off emotions, because I said the same thing. I got LeBron at 2, and got people think it's blasphemy to have LeBron James as the second greatest. And Shannon Sharp did everything LeBron fans.
Because your boy went what? When
he couldn't even finish the sentence and said, "Yeah."
He said, "I'm gonna bring a tsunami." Right? That's what Stephen A. said. I'm gonna bring a tsunami. Right? And Shannon's response was, "Your little tsunami was a 9-year storm. Then it took a 2-year break. Then it came back for 3 years." And then it disappeared for 2-3 years, and then it came back and drizzled for a little bit. He said, "Mine came for 21 years straight." Your boy response quickly right after that was 6 finals losses.
Dude, how great would it be if we could get on that show for like a day and just be like, "Here's the real education."
Oh my God, they would let us on the show. They're going to be great though. Those two are going to be great. It's going to be a wonderful show. What up, Ralph?
Yo.
So, bro,
I was in back. What's going on? I was backstage. Yeah, I seen the show. I wanted to chime in on that. I'm glad y'all didn't get away from that.
Yeah, why don't you post about Michael Jordan in your group, Ralph? You the head admin, ain't it?
Yeah, I created the group, and I do post from time to time. I be on my TikTok joint. I be on there a lot, and
Yeah.
every once in a while I throw some videos in both groups actually, in Goat James and the real Goat MJ23.
You
Yeah.
be posting. You be posting. I see you posting. You guys, let me ask you a question. Is that really an RJ video? Is that really Richard Jefferson, or is that an AI Richard Jefferson voice that's used in that video?
I have to listen to it to verify that for myself.
All right. I just want to make
I
sure
don't know
because
one hundred
I don't
percent.
because I went to Richard Jefferson's page. I didn't see it on his page, so I wonder where it came from. But either way, man, it's good seeing you, bro. As y'all can see, Brandon is really having some technical difficulties.
He started.
And he started. Hey,
And that finished it.
don't let your LeBron. And y'all know Craig's son is a LeBron James fan, right? Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that, right?
that's
Well, my
fine.
son is a Jordan fan. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, your son's a Jordan fan.
Yeah, he said
You
Jordan's the
got all
best. I
boys,
was like,
right? Ralph, you got all boys, don't it?
yeah, all 7 boys.
They all Jordan fans.
Well, I'm gonna say my 10-year-old is a basketball fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
That's
others,
what's
they
up.
haven't really felt that out yet. My two oldest, they tried to go with football, tried to play football. They got hit. That one hit, they were done. That one hit is gonna make you or break you, and it broke them.
Oh my God.
So
My oldest son is actually a LeBron fan. He actually, but this is the funny thing. He's not a Heat fan or a Knicks fan. He's a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. It's weird. Weird.
There you go.
Yeah. I told him you suffering even worse than being a Knicks fan. You might as well just be a Knicks fan.
nah, we're not doing that.
Your father a Cavalier fan. How that's even
No, I am not a Cavalier fan. I am not a Cavalier fan. Actually, when LeBron went to the Cavs, I was upset. I was hoping he was going to lose. I had the same motto, but it wasn't happening, bro. What's good, Brandon? Is your mic on?
I don't want to ever
My,
hear
my
we
mic should
never
be
had no
on. There's a outage in my area, so my internet's not working on my at home, so I gotta be on my phone.
Okay. All right. Well. Oh man. All right. So, are you going to be able to bring up? You had any graphs, or you? Are you?
No, I don't have any graphs anyway.
Okay. So, all right. So, take it off, brother. Let them know, man, because they call us trolls. They call us haters. All this stuff. I don't like it. As you can see, I wear Michael Jordan, jersey. I don't got none of his. I don't have no. I have
You did
never.
that just for the show.
I never bought a pair of Jordan sneakers a day in my life. I'll tell y'all the facts. I've never bought a pair of Jordan sneakers ever, not even for my children. I do not buy Jordans. They're not worth the money that they actually spend for them. That's facts. All right. I'm a very cognizant person of how much money I spend. My motto is based behind Julius, which is basically Chris Rock's father. All right. That's who I am. But go ahead, Brandon.
Oh.
All right,
That's
so
my wife.
I'm not sure what Ralph said about posting in like the group for his group, but I'm pretty sure one of the main reasons because there's not too much to talk about with Jordan. So
There go that troll part right there. You see that?
that's not true. That's actually what's going
There's
on.
some stuff. It's just that
There's not much to post about with Jordan.
Yeah, it is.
So so I know
There's only
I
one way to
said
call Jordan GOAT. That's like you can't say it.
yeah,
Unless you want to do
I
it
know.
in language. Like
Yeah.
you just put Golden GOAT. That's it. That's the post.
You see, breaking up right
Yeah, I get
now.
it.
That's the Lord telling them, nah, that's not the truth.
Yeah, I get it. So I know I sent Johnny the link. I don't know if you guys saw it with Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp going back and forth about who's the GOAT. And Shannon doesn't really do a good job of explaining why LeBron's the GOAT. He just said he's the GOAT because he's the best. And Stephen A. Smith do the usual troll things like 9 first team all defensive teams, like that's better than all NBA teams. So I want to ask you guys a few questions. Just a few questions. So we could go around. I think Craig, Travis, and then Ralph. So I have a question. So is 9 first team all defensive teams superior to 13 first team all NBA teams?
You said 13 all NBA.
Yeah, first team compared to 9 first team all NBAs. Which one is a better?
It's harder to get an all defensive than be an all NBA. Hence why he has more all NBAs than all defensive.
I don't think that was the question.
You could be an all NBA and not be an all team defensive, just like you could be an all team defensive.
Okay, hold up. So you're saying all defensive first team is superior to all NBA first team?
I want to technically, if you want to get technical, it's just like being an all. How many all stars are more NBAs and have no all defensive selections?
Okay, but you're saying all NBA first team is not better than all defensive first team.
It's equal because you can have one.
It's equal now.
Good, you can have both.
So it's equal.
Okay. One question. In 2022, is Marcus Smart superior to Luka Doncic? Because one was first team all NBA and one was defensive first team. Which player is better?
Better what overall?
Yes. Which player was better that year? All defensive team first team or all NBA first team?
Was he the defensive player of the year too?
Yeah, he was as well.
Oh.
No, don't add the defensive player. We're just going off of being all NBA first team, all defensive first team.
He was the best defender in the league. So.
But no. We're just going.
He gave the example. He should have picked another year when they did win defensive player.
Okay. Since that's hard for you to comprehend. All right. Okay. Yes, it is. Okay. Let me ask you another question. That's because it's hard for you to comprehend that. Is Tony Allen all defensive first team superior than Kobe Bryant all NBA first team?
Well, Kobe Bryant got more all defensive.
Oh, I'm not asking. Just answer the question, Craig. Just answer the simple question.
So.
Just answer the simple question.
You can't compare nobody to Kobe but Jordan.
Okay. Let's just move on because Craig just would not answer the question. He's like a Jordan fan. All right, Travis. All NBA first team.
You trolling, Craig.
All NBA first team. All defensive first team. Which one's superior?
No.
Which one's superior?
All NBA first team. I mean,
because they're like a top 5 player in the league, and all defensive first team, you don't even have to be top 20, like Rudy Gobert or somebody like that. Okay, Ralph, which one would you prefer?
I'm not gonna say which one I prefer for the fact that
Okay, which one is superior? Okay, which one's because
I don't have neither one.
Why you do not have neither?
I'm trying to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Because certain players that's on those all defensive have their specific roles, such as you said, Tony Allen. He was a defensive specialist, so it's. I don't say which one's superior than the other.
So you say they're equal then?
They voted by the same.
I do think it's equal, but it's like if you have like what he was saying, Kobe Bryant or Tony Allen. Kobe Bryant, he played both sides of the ball compared to Tony Allen. He played one side of the ball, which he was a defensive specialist. So it depends. It depends on the player
Ralph, if you were picking 2 players in 2013, Tony Allen or Kobe Bryant, to start your team, who would you pick?
I would pick Kobe Bryant.
Okay. I have another question. In 2021, if you was picking your team, Joel Embiid or Rudy Gobert, which player would you pick?
I will pick Joel Embiid because he plays both sides of the ball I'll say his defense.
Okay.
Hold on, let me finish.
I'm so okay.
Joel Embiid defense is a bigger gap than Gobert's offense, so that's why I would pick Joel Embiid.
Okay, I have another question. So if you start your team in 2022, would you pick Marcus Smart or Luka Doncic?
Luka because his offensive gap is much bigger than the defensive gap.
I think it has a lot to do with all NBA first team is like the top 5 players in the league, and all defensive first teams, you don't have to be even top 25. So that probably has a lot to do with it.
No, wait. Let's do this though, Brandon. I got one good here. All right, let's do this one then. Let's do this. Who's the actual the better accomplishment? Drew Holiday's all defensive first team in 2023, right? Or Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's all NBA first team in 2023. They're both guards. Which one is the better accomplishment?
That's a tough one.
No, it's
That
all
was a good
NBA
one,
first
Johnny.
team versus all defensive first team. But
Yeah,
no,
that
and there's nothing
you
else.
said, hold on. You said
I said Shea Gilgeous-Alexander was first team all NBA this year. Then Drew Holiday was all defensive first team this year. Which one of those accomplishments
think about
are
it,
better?
all NBA is geared towards offensive. That's like
No,
the
it's not.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
It's overall play. It's overall play.
Because if that was the case, Bradley Beal would have been all NBA first team a few times.
Yeah, there's a lot of defensive players.
Like I said, the talent in the league, he was just not one of the top in the league.
What's called Tony Allen is never making the All NBA team, but he'll make the All Defensive team all the time.
I would actually pick Drew Holiday because I think his offensive gap is wider than Shea's defensive gap.
No, we're not talking about the player. We're talking about the accomplishment. Which accomplishment is the better accomplishment? The fact that Drew Holiday was the all defensive first team, or because
just accomplishment alone?
Yeah,
I put it equally.
Because you said okay, so you said equally. So Travis, you said it's all NBA, and Craig's gonna troll. Go ahead, Brandon.
You know, I guess like this is one of the main reasons why it's hard for Jordan fans to choose LeBron accomplishments, because they have this idea that something that's less that Jordan have is just better. Just for instance, Gary Payton, 9 all defense first teams and defensive player of the year would never be superior than what John Stockton did in his career. Like it would just never be, because they do not value that over what John Stockton did, but it's always different when it's LeBron versus Jordan. Just like when Stephen A. Smith was talking about Jordan got 9 all NBA first team, all defensive first teams. Like that's better than 13 all NBA selection. I just do not understand how that even an argument. I don't even understand why they use that. You said what?
He said Jordan was all NBA at the same time, so it's not like he would just all.
No, he didn't.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Never mention NBA until y'all start talking about LeBron James competition throughout his finals runs. Y'all don't like the all NBA conversation at all. It doesn't exist because Jordan's like not even in the top 5. He's not nowhere near that, even on the first team.
And then, like Stephen A. Smith even agreed that LeBron James should have had a defensive player of the year, but he wants to use the defensive player of the year from Jordan over LeBron. Like, it's really something that you can hold over LeBron. Like, other players who won defensive player of the year, like, they don't hold that as in high regard. That's only for Jordan. No one's going around here touting Rudy Gobert's 3 defensive player of the years. Like, no one's going to tout that over what Joel Embiid did. Like, it's just not a thing. It's just a Jordan thing.
But it's not only the defensive player. It's the fact that he's the only player to get all these major awards. There's not a single player that has the defensive, that has an NBA Finals MVP, that has a league MVP, who has a Rookie of the Year. There's no one but him has it.
But didn't Stephen A. agree that LeBron should have won Defensive Player of the Year over Paul Gasol in that same conversation?
Y'all going by yes, I said it too.
All right, so let's do this.
It.
Like I asked y'all, I asked a Jordan fan this today. Name me the players that are in your top 10 that have a Defensive Player of the Year award in their resume.
I literally just explained why the defensive with Jordan, because he's the only player to have all those major
Ralph has
awards.
2 players. Ralph has 2 players on his list that have it. How many do you have, Craig? Do you have Akeem in your top 10, Craig?
Yes, I do.
So he has 1. Do you have David Robinson?
No, I do not.
Kevin Garnett?
No, I do not.
So there's no other player that I can think of.
Do they have what I just? Did you not listen? I literally just.
Yeah, they have. Those players have Defensive Player of the Year.
They don't have
award.
none of. They don't have a.
They have MVPs. They have MVPs.
They got a Finals MVP. No,
Okay.
they not.
All right, guys. Let's move on, because Craig is just not gonna really make a good argument for this. So let's just move on. All right, Craig. Next question. Next question. I know this kind of hard for you, but I'm gonna ask it. I'm gonna ask it to you. Could Bill Russell, if they were given Finals MVPs,
I'd be drunk.
match 6 or exceed 6 Finals MVPs?
Well, it's hard to say because he
Oh, what
did
was that?
play with a player who was a league MVP, so I'm pretty sure he would have been a Finals MVP a couple of times. So it's hard to say. I don't go with the if shit.
All right, okay, Travis.
All right, so no, hold wait. Hold on. Before we go to Travis, just give me a number. How much do you think he would have won, Craig? Just an honest
You
number.
can't
Don't
win one
quote.
as a coach, so
How much he would have won though? He played in 12 finals. He lost one, but he won 11. Out of the 11 that he won, how many? Okay, and take out the 2. So out of the 9 that he won, how many of those would have been his Finals MVPs? He would have won the Finals. Just guess. It's no pressure. We just want to know.
I will give him just because of the 11. I will give him the 6.
Okay.
All right. So
All right, Travis.
go ahead, Travis.
Was it for Bill Russell? You said?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'd probably give him at least like 6 or 7, just because of what he was doing and like his numbers, especially if they were counting accurately counting with blocks and things like that, and they had things like accurate, advanced stats as well. But I mean, that's when you get into like the sheer impact and things like that, and like where that actually rates people on your actual scale. He was probably. I mean, I don't want to say he wasn't a complete liability on offense, but I mean, he was mainly, his game was, just be best defensive player in the league, which he was for a long time.
They gave Jerry West one as a loser.
Okay.
So.
All right, Ralph.
Go ahead, Ralph.
Johnny ain't funny because we actually walked this through on my live.
I wasn't gonna say it.
He
Go
know.
ahead,
He know
Go
that
ahead,
I
Ralph.
know.
Go ahead, Ralph. It's your
Okay,
your,
Ralph.
lives, your lives be on point. Go ahead, Ralph.
We walked through his career and the finals and everything, and what we came up to, definitely 6, and 7 is definitely arguable.
Okay.
Definitely
Wow.
arguable.
By the way, to argue the good, we gave him literally between 1960 to 1966. That was 7 years.
I want to say like the first 2
We
finals and the last 2 finals he didn't
Yes.
get.
We gave,
And
we
I
gave
think
the
one
first
of
2 finals. Yes, we gave the
I
first
think
2
one of
finals to Cousy and the last 2 to Havlicek.
No, I think one of them was Tommy Heisen and then Kuzi, and then Havlicek had the last 2, and then I think in between of that, one of them was. You can argue them, but I mean it does favor more Bill Russell. I mean, if you said 7, I'm not going to.
No, Ralph, we broke it down. No, we broke it down.
Yeah,
Ralph.
we did. But
it was 7.
when we
we
broke
agreed
when we
was
broke
7.
it down,
Yes.
when we broke it down, like you
Yes.
and Mark was going through it, and like me personally, I was like one of them could be argued, but if you said 7, I'm not going to argue with you because it is a valid reason that Bill Russell could have 7.
Okay. Yeah, I think I said 7 like a while ago when we had our show. All right, so next question. I'm gonna go back to Craig. I know he's gonna BS the question.
You just don't like my answers, not my problem.
No, you just don't answer. That's all. You just don't answer. How I'm gonna like your answer if you don't answer it? I'm gonna like your answer if you don't answer it? It's kind of hard to answer a question when you don't. All right. Okay. Let me ask you a question.
It's coming.
All right. Coming from, understanding someone who,
Pause.
say, for instance, a LeBron fan, when we say 6 Finals MVPs for Jordan, that's equivalent to what Bill Russell would have got. Do you have a argument with that?
No, I don't have an argument with that.
Okay, Travis.
No.
All right, Ralph.
There's no argument.
Okay. All right. Next question. Because
Brandon, before you go to the next question, go ahead and put the link up in the chat because we have somebody asking. Mingo Jester was asking to join last week.
Okay, hold on.
Can you put it in the chat? And before go ahead and do that. While you're doing that, I want to add something to this. Let me let these 3 answer this. Can any one of you 3 explain to me why you guys think Michael Jordan's 6 Finals MVPs actually trumps Bill Russell's 5 NBA championships? Because I've heard people use that against the
5 NBA championships.
Yeah, because I've heard people, when I tell people Bill Russell has 11 championships, they go, well, Jordan has 6 Finals MVPs. As if
the reason I say it, because they won the same amount of playoff series to achieve their championships.
But I'm not talking about. But you didn't. But the Finals MVPs have nothing to do with.
I mean, if Jordan had to play those same series in the same time, he would have 11 championships.
But he wouldn't have 6. But he wouldn't have. But he wouldn't have 6. But he wouldn't have 6 Finals MVPs. He wouldn't have 6 Finals MVPs. Actually, what Bill Russell won was 11 series.
That's my reason.
11 times 2 is what?
They won the same amount of games to win their championships.
Jordan didn't win. How many series? Jordan won 24 series.
No, Jordan won more games.
Yeah, of course, because Bill Russell's teams don't even have to play the bye round.
The same amount of series wins Jordan got in his 60s, he would have 11 championships too. If you put the same amount of series that Bill Russell would in the 90s, he would have the same amount of championships as Jordan.
That's why you're the best Jordan fan of all, because you literally just jumped out of the conversation. Travis, I'm asking you, Travis. Let me ask you this, Travis. Why do Jordan fans think the 6 Finals MVPs trump 5 more championships?
I mean, I'm not going to speak for the Jordan fans, quote unquote. I'll just say, I don't think it. Like I said, if we're just talking sheer rings, I don't think it trumps it. I just think it's one of the pieces of the resume. Like you're saying, nobody else has the 6 Finals MVPs. I mean, doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean.
That's Jordan's for sure. 6 Finals MVPs, unbreakable. It's going to sit there forever.
But I'm not going to say, that means that that's way better than winning 11 rings, because no. Like I'm going to say that's a completely different thing. All that means is that you were the absolute best player, debatably, on every single one of your teams for the rings. Just like Bill Russell probably would have the same honor, like I said, all things being equal.
You got to be the best player if you're the player and the coach. But okay, Ralph, is that possible? Can the 6 Finals MVPs trump 5 NBA championships?
Can the 6 Finals?
Because they both got 6, right? Because they both got 6 championships, right? So the thing that Bill Russell has is the 5 more championships, but Jordan has the 6 Finals MVPs. I get it hurt all the time because y'all know I've been messing with y'all. I've been dropping the little trolling thing with Michael Jordan, the little faces of Michael Jordan, and the one about, Bill Russell has 11 championships. And if you go read the comments, you'll see people talk about 6 Finals MVPs as if that trumps having 5 more championships.
I don't really put energy into that because I know your agenda, number 1, and number 2, I know the people that's in the comments that's falling for it, so I really don't pay attention to it. Like I really don't have an answer for you, to be honest with you.
Okay, so that means you don't believe it. That's good. Well, hey, Mingle Jester, thanks for joining us. You'll get a chance to speak shortly here. I don't know whose side you on, but go ahead, Brandon. Take over, Brandon.
All right. So, next question. If Michael Jordan played in an 8-league team, would it be more difficult than playing in a 30-league team? Great.
Well, that depends on. That depends on the players.
Okay. All right, Travis.
I will say no, but with one caveat. I would say the only time that argument is relevant is literally in Bill Russell's era, where people really were still learning the game, like definitively still learning the game.
Oh, so are you saying that it would be more difficult for Jordan if he played in an 8-league team than 30?
So if you condense today's league down to 8 teams, it would be the hardest thing in history. There's no way he would do it in 6 unless he was because every single team would just be stacked. Like NBA 2K stack. Yeah.
All right, Ralph.
Another question I don't really entertain.
I mean, it's just a basketball question. It should be simple.
I don't like hypotheticals, man.
Ralph.
I mean, you call Jordan the GOAT. You are in the hypothetical equation.
No, that's not hypothetical.
That's 100% is.
No, it's not hypothetical.
So 100% is.
All right, so Mingle Jester, answer the question if you can, please. I heard they say that you're a Jordan guy, so We have all Jordan fans here. Again, this is GOAT James Kingdom, but we allow all Jordan fans to come up and speak to Brandon and I. And can you answer that question that Brandon just asked, please, Jester?
See, the thing is, that question is actually pretty tricky. And the reason why I say it's pretty tricky because what does Jordan team look like? See, that's the thing. See, Bill Russell had like six Hall of Famers on this team. So if Jordan team is, with like 6, 7 Hall of Famers, I think he can win close to 11 championships.
Oh no, we're not talking about how many titles he would have won. We just said would it be more difficult for him?
No, I don't think so because like I said, his team is
easier going versus the best players than not going versus the best players.
His team is comparable to the league, is what I'm saying. You're going against 8 teams. You're going against all the talent. Your team look like the league do. Remember that.
All right, so it would be easier going against better players than going against non-better players. All right, let's move on.
Because
it's fine.
You got all the talent because you have all the talent.
But
I get it.
I wonder this though, Brandon. Hold on. So what was tougher, Jordan playing in the 80s with 23 teams or playing in the 90s with 29 teams?
I would say playing in the 80s because of the teams he was facing. You had the Boston Celtics, you had the Bad Boy Pistons.
But there's less teams. There were less teams.
Yeah, but those teams were stacked to the roof.
They're stacked because there's less teams. If there's 6 more teams, you can't stack Boston Celtics and the Lakers up like that. There's 6 more teams to have players.
But those teams were stacked. See, the 90s was the era, and they had good talent. It wasn't like the 80s.
The same way you can't have 6 Hall of Famers like you did in the 60s and the 80s. You can't have the Boston Celtics and the Lakers of the 80s and the 90s because there's 6 more teams. There's 29 teams, 27 teams. So you would agree that then less teams makes it difficult. It's more competition because there's more.
Not necessarily. Like I said, it depends. Jordan teams in the 80s didn't look good. Jordan was going up against those teams with no all-stars.
So
that's my point.
Jordan plays on the Syracuse like Oscar Robinson. Is he winning 11 championships?
Playoffs. I'm talking about his team. His team has to be comparable to the league. Is what I'm saying.
That's the team in the 60s. That's what Oscar Robinson was going up for throughout the 60s. He was drafted in 1960. He was played from 61 all the way to 1974. He played 14 NBA seasons. If Jordan was drafted in 1960, is he winning 11 championships on the Syracuse Nuggets? I forget what the name of the team was. Syracuse something. Is he winning championships? Because he didn't win nothing until he played with Kareem in 1971 on the Bucks, and he had to sue the league to leave the Syracuse team because he couldn't leave them.
But again, it depends on who on his team. That's my whole argument. It depends on who's on his team.
I don't understand why y'all can never answer simple questions about Michael Jordan. I just don't understand.
I answered the question. I'm answering the question.
Okay, let's just move on because let's just move on. Let's just move on because.
What do you mean? I'm answering the question.
All right.
It's a hypothetical question.
All right. So this is what we go through all the time when we try to talk to you guys. Just you guys don't understand.
Not understanding English. I'm answering the question. It's a hypothetical question. So there's no right answer.
You're gonna have to be quiet, or you're gonna have to remove when we're talking. I don't have that time for that today. All right. So, like I said, when we try to have conversation with you guys, and we want to say why LeBron James is great, we always get hit with negative things and trolling because what we want to ask you guys can never answer the question. Travis does a great job. He's just gonna answer it. If it favors Jordan or not, he don't care. He will answer the question. But a lot of Jordan fans would just not answer the damn question. I don't understand. Like, how the hell is a all defensive first team superior to all NBA first team? That don't even make any sense. I don't even know how that's even a question. But all right, so let's just move on. Craig, let's see if you can answer this question. Yeah.
See if you're gonna like the damn answer, because I answered every question
you haven't answered one question yet.
That's stupid.
You haven't answered one question yet. All right.
Okay.
So
play this back and then say that again.
Yeah. Trust me.
Maybe it was the internet who didn't hear my answer.
Trust me, I do not be making videos for a reason because I don't want to put your answers on there, so I don't make those videos. All right.
Oh wait. First of all, Craig, We're not afraid of people in our DMs. Y'all don't want to see what Brandon and I get in our DMs. Y'all don't want to see it. We ain't afraid of y'all. Y'all afraid of LeBron fans. Y'all afraid of Shannon Sharp, Brandon, and go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Brandon.
sharp. Nobody's scared of
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of no LeBron
All
fan.
right. All right. Next question. 10 scoring titles on an all-time leading scorer. Which one's superior?
I would say the all-time leading scorer.
All right. Well, thank you, Craig, for answering the question. I really appreciate that.
Like, come on, you
Okay,
answered.
Travis.
I mean, I would give it to the all-time leading scorer. I mean, mainly just because he did it in a shorter time than Kareem, and his numbers have not dipped. Otherwise, I would say Mike, 100%.
Okay. All right, Ralph.
Don't let him down, Ralph. Don't let him down.
If I would have to pick, both of them are amazing accomplishments. I'm not gonna deny because being able to score that many points and be very consistent throughout his career as LeBron James is very it's an amazing feat. I give the edge to the 10 scoring titles.
Okay.
Gunshots. Ralph, let it
If I
off.
would have said that, it'd have been an issue,
Ralph,
right?
let it off. Listen, you're
No.
allowed to say whatever you want. That's what y'all are
If
here
I would have
for.
said that, it'd have been an issue. It'd have been a whole
This is
video.
what you guys are here for.
I just want to ask the question. All right,
Yes.
Justin.
Go ahead, Jesse, your turn. Scoring titles, 10 scoring titles, or the all-time scoring record?
Oh man, Jordan got 10 scoring titles. He played 15 seasons. That means 5 seasons he didn't lead the league in scoring. That's outrageous.
Uh-huh.
But LeBron, he averaged 25 points for
19 seasons.
Mm.
And 38,000 points, closing in on 40,000.
Would you like to
Man,
drive
I'm gonna go with LeBron on this. I'm gonna say the all-time leading scorer. I'm gonna say the all-time leading. That's crazy. The all-time, because nobody didn't think he was gonna break it. Nobody didn't think nobody was gonna break that. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. That's reasonable. All right, thanks. All right. All right, so I'm gonna ask another question because, like I said, like this is the stuff that we bring up that we say, okay, LeBron is superior to Jordan because of this. Like a lot of things that we think LeBron is better than, you guys just don't because. But if it's in a different light with someone else, you would give that to someone else. For instance, I think I brought it up. Gary Payton's all 9 all defensive first team selections. Would that put him above any point guard of all time, like John Stockton, Magic, Jason Kidd, Chris Paul? Like, do that make Gary Payton superior to those guys because of those all defensive first teams?
That's the only thing he basing his career on, then no. But if other things that's factor in that he appears to be better in, then you could make the argument. It's not only defensive selection. That's just a part of his career. If you only saying he got 9 as your basis, then you can make an argument. No, he's not. But if you going with the defensive argument and then whatever else, then you can make an argument. It's not just about the defensive. It's
Okay. So if we're just comparing Gary Payton to John Stockton, who would you put ahead? Would you put John Stockton ahead of Gary Payton?
no, I would not.
Okay. So all time you have Gary Payton over John Stockton.
All time, no.
Okay.
But
Travis, do you have?
on the defensive selection? I'm basing on
Well, that's the main thing he has, and he also has the title, so that's the main thing he has.
That's the only thing he has. Like that's comparable. Like he don't have no
defensive player of the
MVP.
year.
He doesn't have like
Stockton don't either.
Stockton don't have defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
But he has all defensive too.
Yeah, he does. He has a
He
few
has
others.
more all NBAs. He has defensive and all NBAs.
Yeah, that sounds like LeBron versus Jordan.
He don't have more defensive selections than Jordan.
I mean, Stockton don't have more than Gary Payton either, but he has more all NBA selections, just like Jordan, LeBron.
And
Well,
more
Okay, and that's the
assists.
only thing you basing it on, just because he has all NBAs. So that's if you want to make your argument because he has more NBAs, that's it. Then yeah, I will agree with you.
I mean, that's what you
That's
just stated though, like
everything they got.
because he
Not
has
just
more All
all
NBA
NBA.
selections.
You can't pick one thing that LeBron got has and just say that's the reason why y'all making this argument that we can't have an argument because of stuff like this. It's the whole career. You just picking certain stuff that
But
fits
LeBron
his
has more in his career too, as well, than Jordan.
and stuff. Jordan has more than LeBron in his career too.
But LeBron has more. That's the thing. All right, Travis, John Stockton or Gary Payton career?
Ooh.
oh, John Stockton, no doubt.
Okay, straight to the point. All right, Ralph.
John Stockton is not Jordan, and Gary
So
Payton is not
it's
LeBron.
John's. You're asking based on just because Gary Payton just have 9 all defensive, does that make him
And
better than
defensive
John
player of the
Stockton?
year, because that's the one of the
That's
main
not the end
reasons.
all. That's not the
I
end
know
all to be all. I have
that's
John
that's that's
Stockton
that's what we.
overall.
Yeah,
I have John Stockton over Gary Payton overall. If we're just like when you're saying the 9 all defensive first teams in the defensive player of the year, if that falls into another question to where who's a better defender. That's how I look at it. I will pick Gary Payton over John Stockton when it comes to the better defender, but overall career, I got John Stockton over Gary Payton.
okay, Justin.
Well, I'm with my man. It just depends on argument. Then yeah, it's Gary Payton. But if you're talking about career wise, I mean, like he's the all-time assist leader. He's the all-time steals leader. Like it's a lot of stuff that John Stockton have did in his career over Gary Payton. Even though Gary Payton got the one championship, but I mean, I'm going John Stockton too. John Stockton, overall player. John Stockton.
Okay, so that's like kind of the argument that we use with Michael Jordan and LeBron because of more All NBA teams, all-time leading scorer, fourth all-time in steals, playoffs, first in a lot of different things. So that is something that we use, but they say that that's not a good thing to use for us, but it's perfectly fine with other players.
I mean, I'm gonna say this: you can use that. You can use that because that's every criteria matters when you're talking about the GOAT. When you're talking about the GOAT, you have to bring everything up: the failures, the triumphs, everything. When you're talking about the GOAT, that's
So
the
why?
highest of the highest.
So when we're talking about better players of all time, why is it only between failures for LeBron James?
No,
Why
it's failures
we
for
only talk
Michael
about
Jordan
failures
too.
for LeBron James?
You got,
Mm.
but you got the argument. Jordan didn't start winning until Pippen came. You got all the arguments for Jordan, the failures, and they lost to the Magic in '95 and all that stuff. You got all the stuff that Jordan they bring up for Jordan too.
Well, here's the thing, Brandon, that I've always said, and like especially when we're doing our rankings, is like the defensive side of it is more of a, especially when you're ranking the all-time greats. Yeah, All NBA, especially first team, is going to be more important. But I always rank two-way players, the best two-way players of all time, especially if they have an accomplished resume, higher than most others. That's why when you look at the all-defensive first-team selections of all time, I mean, it kind of complements one, not the other. I mean, not the other way around. You got Tim, Kobe, Kevin, Kareem, but you have Mike, and then so like the top 4 players who have the most defensive selections are also arguably top 10 players of all time, and obviously the all NBA teams they pretty much look the same way. You have LeBron, Kobe, Kareem, Tim, Shaq's up there. You have Mike. So I mean, it's a byproduct of being great on both ends. That's why you generally have them ranked so high. I'd say really the only exception to that would be Magic Johnson with 0 selections, but just because he was transcendent in other ways.
Well, I do have a question to that.
None of those players you mentioned have a defensive player of the year, though.
What? Sure they do.
No, who?
Mike? Or who do you mean?
All those players you mentioned outside of Michael Jordan, none of them have a defensive player of the year.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about just DPOY. I'm talking about just the most all defensive selections.
I agree. Only Magic. I think Magic is the only person in most people's top 10 that doesn't have an all defensive selection on his resume. But again, only Jordan in that all the names that you mentioned have a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Goat.
He said go. He said go.
There you go, Travis. There you go, Travis.
All
There
right.
you go.
All right.
I'll never hear
Wait,
Travis
wait.
talk like
Matter
that.
of fact, out of all those people you mentioned, only Jordan has the Defensive Player of the Year award, but that was in a 23-team league.
So it was harder, right?
It was
What?
harder than it is.
You guys said it wasn't. You guys just said it wasn't.
Travis got the guns today.
That's 31 teams. We got to
Hold on, can I add something? Can I add something? But can I add something? Also, you got to look at it this way too, though. You said all those players besides Jordan that got a defensive player of the year award. But you got to understand, Kareem got the most league MVPs in NBA history. He was the leader all-time scorer before.
But MVPs matter.
LeBron took it.
But MVPs matter.
Yeah, they matter. They matters. They matters. Yes, they matter.
All those players he mentioned have MVPs, but none of them have the.
But not.
The MVP.
But not as much. But not as much as they don't have it more. Kareem got 6.
Every player he mentioned have 10 All NBAs and at least 1 league MVP.
But Kareem got 6 though. That's the most in NBA history.
I agree. We agree with that. That's not an argument. But I'm just saying everybody else on this list that he just mentioned, all those players he mentioned, they all have an MVP and they all have at least 10 All NBAs, which is what you should be if you're in the top 10. You should have at least a league MVP and 10 All NBAs. The all defensive selections obviously don't matter because Magic's in it. He has 0.
Okay. All right. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Greg, you're up again. All right. All right. So, can you explain why Bird and Magic all defensive first team do not hurt them all time?
They don't hurt. What do you mean they hurt them all time?
Yeah, because no one really mentions those with them because it don't really matter.
Well, Bird got 3.
I mean,
not first teams.
Is it because they were just great players? And
I mean, they give them a pass, and they give all these players honestly a pass because they really no one would consider them the greatest of all time. It's just something about LeBron and Jordan. They held to a different standard than everybody.
Good job.
Okay, Greg. All right, Greg.
All right, go Craig.
Oh, you like that answer now, right?
I like that answer. I really like that answer. I like that answer.
I love it. I love it. It was great by you. Good job, young man.
All right, Travis.
I mean, I see where we're going with it, and I'm like I said about the Magic thing, he was transcendent in the offensive side of the ball. I mean, he wasn't. I'm not saying he was the worst defensive player ever, and like his advanced stats are pretty good, but I mean, that wasn't really his job, and he was the GOAT, like passer, best scorer of all time, etc. Larry Bird was much the same way. Also, he was arguably the best rebounding small forward. I mean, in NBA history. I mean, he had probably the best stat line ever at 24, 10, and 6. But I mean, he has 3 second teams, so he wasn't. He was just kind of like Magic. He was just serviceable. But yeah, like Craig said, LeBron or Jordan and LeBron are just like they're to a tier above. And I mean, like LeBron has 5 all defensive first team selections, so it's not like he just wasn't out there ever. Especially during his peak, he was getting voted top 5 DPOY several years, just like some of the lists we went down. So no one's ever going to say that LeBron was never a good two-way player. And be realistic, when you're playing 20 years, I'd be scared if he was like making all defensive first team every single year. That would just be, he would be the GOAT without a doubt. Yeah. But it would just be, but I mean, realistic, you're going to fall off, especially when you're
all NBAs because he got Jordan. People going back.
When you're concentrating on one side, so it's not really his fault. But I mean, when you're talking about those 2 GOATs, they're going to have the total resume. That's why Magic, to me, would never be the GOAT because he was a one-sided player. Same with Larry Bird. But I mean, that's not taking anything away from them. Like as far as their rank in history, to me, it just takes them out of the 1 and 2 conversation.
Okay, well, before I get to Ralph, Larry Bird definitely was not a one-way player. I mean,
relatively speaking.
He averaged 10 boards a game. He was good defensively. All right. One thing you said that if LeBron was making all defensive first team, I mean, just all defensive teams, I'm pretty sure he would be labeled as the GOAT. You said if he was. So why isn't that the reason when he's making all NBA, which is superior in all defensive?
Because I mean, all NBA is great, but I mean, if it's clear you're just one side of the ball, pretty much, like you can score 30 points and be all NBA in today's league, especially, and it's easier than ever. I mean, Tim Duncan has 15 selections, and he has also 15 all defensive selections, but he's in my top 5, but he's not the GOAT. So I mean, like I said, the longer you are consistent on both ends, and that's when it comes down to your opinion. Like where you're ranking these players based on accolades are one thing, but then you're just like, okay, what's the minutia? To me, okay, these players are more effective for a longer period of time on both ends. Yes, all defensive NBA teams, all NBA first teams and second teams, those are very impressive because it means that you were probably one of the more impactful players of your team. I give you that. But like I said, if you happen to be complimentary on the defensive end, that's a huge bonus, at least for me when I'm ranking my players. That's why it's unfair to have LeBron lower than 2 or 3 for me, even though you can argue Kareem, but I mean, like, the resumes just won't let them be any lower than, top 5, top 3, whatever.
Okay, but you did.
Jordan was a ball hog. He didn't play no defense, right? So why y'all worried about?
He was a ball hog. I would call him a shot trucker. He was a shot trucker.
No defense.
Hey, listen.
All right, so Ralph, I mean.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, Travis, you're still going back to it's harder to be all defensive than all NBA because if you score a lot, you're all NBA. All right, Ralph.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
I think it's harder, but
All right, first and foremost, I want to put this out here. Like the narrative of Magic wasn't a good defender. I just want to put that out there. I think that's a false narrative for the fact that first, you can't lead the league in steals 2 years back to back and not be a good defender. Number one. Number two, you got to look at the guards in the 80s that actually were very good. He had competition of getting those all defensive teams as far as a guard because you had Michael Cooper, you had Bobby Jones, you had Sidney Moncrief, you had Dennis Johnson. Those type of guys he's going up against that was specialized on the defensive end to where Magic had to carry that load on the offense and run the offense, being the playmaker for those Lakers. And he obviously, like I said, looking at what he accomplished on the defensive end, he was not a bad defender. I've always stated that. So like we when we look at Magic, he's more of an offensive driven player. So like I don't look at it like, oh, his defense, like the defensive selections he didn't get. He actually did play defense. And the same thing with Bird, Bird did play defense as well. So I mean,
he's a 6'9" point guard. He
Shout out
had
to
no
Ralph for that.
choice but to act like he played defense.
Shout out to Ralph for that. Shout out to Ralph for that. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. The coaches voted for all defensive selections until 2014. So Magic didn't make the all defensive team during his era is not indicative to his actual defensive prowess, which is proving to what Brandon is trying to say and what we're trying to say. Obviously, being all defensive team is not really that much of a factor of how great you are as an overall player, especially on defense. So
who votes for all NBA?
The media.
So the media is more important than the coaches who play against these guys every day who was voting for the
No,
all
but they
right?
changed it. They had to change it.
They didn't change it with Jordan when you said 2014.
No, I know that.
Jordan was in the league till
No, we're not. No, I'm
so
just
the
saying.
media award is more prominent than the awards that was voted by coaches who coaches these players.
Yeah, but
So
every
their
time,
eyes are better than the
every
coaches'
time
eyes.
it was, every
That's
time it
what
was,
you're telling me.
every time it was by the coaches, LeBron got first team.
Okay.
It wasn't until they let the media involved.
But
He no
you
longer
say
got
a
first
media
team.
award is prominent over a award that was voted by coaches.
No, the All NBA team is an award that's the first. It's actually older than the MVP award.
I'm just
No, I'm just
going
telling you that the
inference
All NBA team
into
is more
my-
important than the All Defensive team because it existed since 1947 and 1948. So that's why it's more important. It's the only
So the
award
media-
you would get outside of All
So the
Star.
media definitions is opinions is more prominent than a coach's opinion.
If you are a beat writer, your opinion matters. We'll give you that. Is it subjective? Yes. Just like a coach's thing is subjective. They're just more credible than.
I mean,
than
if a coach tell me this player is good
I
because
do-
he faced them 16 times in the season,
But
I'm
a coach telling you who's the better defensive player compared to the media telling you who's the best overall player is a different category as well. Because the media's job is more important. They have to tell you who's the overall better player, not just on defense, your overall play as a player. Because you can be Ben Wallace, you can be Dennis Rodman, you can be Bill Russell and make the All NBA team because your impact in general is overall great, whether it's on offense or defense.
I feel like every of these awards, even like MVPs, Defensive Player of the Years, all those. To this day, I want to know what is the criteria they go off of, because it's like
there's none.
There's none at all.
It's all over the place. It's all over the. It seems like nowadays it's like
there's
what the
none,
media
subjective,
is really. It is, and it's like, I guess, when we having these conversations, we have to implement that because it is on their resume. But it's like, that's why these conversations gonna go on and on and on.
But the question goes, but basically what Brandon and I are trying to get to is that why is the 9 all defensive first team such a factor in the GOAT conversation, but the 13 first all NBA is not?
I think both of them need to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Both of them should be.
Okay.
Because it's an accomplishment that they have on their resume. I mean, both of them are
Yeah,
great.
I think what Johnny's saying is that the 9 defensive teams are held like in more regards than the 13 first teams.
It's
All right,
more regards over the 5 defensive selections, not the All NBA. I don't know why y'all comparing the 9 to the 13.
I mean, that's what they do.
5
That's what they do. We just saw
13 is the highest.
an interview where Stephen A. Smith was touting that. That's why
Stephen A. Smith.
I'm just saying that's the narrative that you guys use. That's the problem. Yeah, say word for word what he say.
To 5, not 9
Hey,
to 13.
I'm offended by you guys at this point.
All right, Chad. You just joined, so I don't know if you caught what we was talking about last time, but what Johnny just was talked about. We was talking about a little bit earlier. All defensive first team compared to all NBA first team. Which one would you say should be held in higher regard?
All NBA.
All right. Can you explain why?
Well, I get it on both sides. You have people that is offensively driven and defensively driven. But the whole league itself and majority of fans like offense more than they do defense. It's only Jordan fans that care about all defensive teams.
All right, so I have 2 more questions left. These questions that Ralph would not like because they're hypothetical questions. All right, so I'm gonna start with Craig first. All right, so if the Bulls never get Scottie Pippen, draft him, trade it, whatever you guys want to say, who would you replace him with so Jordan would still be as dominant as he was in the 90s or even more dominant? How would that have played out?
You mean any player or a player in that draft class?
It could have been any player.
From that draft class on, anybody.
Yeah, it could be a trade, a free agent, a draft, whatever.
Do it have to be based on their skill or what they actually accomplished?
So just based on the player that you could say if
I would say Gray Hill.
Okay, so okay, pause. So Jordan would have to wait till 1994 to start winning.
That's why
To
I
be
asked the
competitive.
question. Would it be this is why I asked these questions before I give my answers. And now you're gonna go. He had to wait to 94. Did I
He was
say
drafted tonight. He wasn't. I mean, that's common
I
sense,
said
right?
it had to be in the
Hey,
draft class.
Craig, you can't pick somebody drafted in '94 and put him in 1987.
But he just said I would have to wait till 94.
No, take out
That's where
Scottie
he was
Pippen.
drafted.
Yeah, you got,
that's why I asked you. Did it have to be somebody from Scottie Pippen draft class?
no.
I said it doesn't have to be his draft class. It could be a trade. It could be a free agent. It could be
Now,
anything.
mind you, wait. Now, mind
going
you,
by if
and
Grant
Scottie
Hill was-
Pippen. Oh wait. Now, mind you, in Scottie Pippen's draft class, the Bulls had 3 top 10 picks, including Scottie Pippen. So you take out Scottie Pippen, they already have 2 top 10 picks. So who else are you gonna add?
For 87, I would. Who's in that crowd? I know Miller's a 2 guard, so they wouldn't have picked up Miller.
Well, you could trade that pick for another star, well, whatever.
That's why I asked you.
Yeah, you could trade, but you can't do that in '94. Come
But you
on,
actually
Craig.
said any player. That's why I
Yeah,
said
any player. You know, Grant Hill came in '94.
Oh,
you know, he came in '94.
But you said any player besides Pippen, so
yeah,
that's like saying I would put Grant Hill if he was drafted in '87. I would take Grant Hill.
Okay,
That's what I answered. You talk about waiting to '94.
Grant Hill was probably still in junior high at that time, but
See, this is why these hypothetical questions. This is the only reason why LeBron the GOAT, because y'all hypothetical questions.
this has nothing to do with LeBron being the GOAT. But I just want to ask this question because everyone always say this Pippen was overrated. Jordan could have won without him, and I just want to know who would they replace Scottie Pippen with to win, to be better or the same?
Okay, all right. Reggie Miller was drafted 11th by the Indiana Pacers. If you put Reggie Miller on the Bulls in 1987, does Jordan run off the 6 championships during the 90s?
Well, he would have had. I mean, it would be a trade-off with the defense and the scoring because he would have had another person who could score, but he would have had to be more of a defensive-minded.
Yeah, they average about almost the same points in their prime.
What about seasons without Scott Pippen? He had a teammate that scored over 20 points 4 of those 5 seasons. So I don't get your point on having another score to help him win because he didn't win with 4 other 20-point-a-game scorers in the same season.
I didn't say anything about 20 points. I just said a scorer.
Without Pippen.
You brought
Pippen was a scorer. Pippen was a scorer.
Points not a scorer?
I said he would give up the defensive with Reggie Miller. He would have to pick up more of the defensive side.
To get what, 4 more points?
Okay, how about
more points?
Y'all said Reggie Miller. I just said.
Yeah, Craig actually did not say Reggie. Craig actually did not say Reggie Miller. So
no, Reggie,
so that wasn't Craig's thing.
Reggie Miller was drafted in 1987.
Yeah, but I said he's a 2 guard. Said they wouldn't have drafted him.
Yeah. He even said it.
Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith is a point guard. Kenny Smith was drafted, won 2 championships in the 90s with Akeem Olajuwon. Does Kenny Smith win 6 championships with Michael Jordan? Besides Scottie Pippen. Without Scottie Pippen.
No.
Well, you know, I heard people say they could have replaced him with Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing. So I heard a lot of people say they could replace Scottie with one of them, but I don't think that's realistic.
Why you say it's not realistic?
How would they have got Charles Barkley?
Charles Barkley was drafted the same year as Jordan. There's no way.
No, it doesn't matter if they could have traded a player to put on the Bulls. They didn't have to go to the draft. They could have traded, but they didn't have any assets to trade for Charles Barkley. That's what I always say.
If they would have like, hey, give us Pippen and Horace for Barkley, you don't think the Bulls would have made that trade?
I don't think the 76ers would have made that trade.
Let's go with that trade. You think taking Horace and Pippen out for Barkley, they would still win?
How about this? If they added Dan Marley, are they winning those championships?
No.
Dan Marley's
without Scottie Pippen. Because Dan Marley's the next draft, 1988. They picked Will Perdue because they had Scottie Pippen. They don't need another small forward. So they don't have Scottie
without Will Perdue, man.
They keep Polanese. They keep Polanese, which they have a center. That means they have a big man, and they draft Dan Marley, 1988, instead of drafting Will Perdue, which helped them win 3 championships.
Y'all love these hypotheticals. This is why I told.
That's what Brandon said. Y'all wouldn't like it.
About what
Y'all wouldn't like it. Y'all wouldn't like it. Y'all said y'all wouldn't like it. He said it.
No, I have no problem with that. I mean, like I said, these questions are all from like those people you had on a few weeks ago. They're just brain dead, trolling Jordan fanatics. Like they don't have any common sense, and they're just spouting. These are the takes that like DGen, the knowledgeable people who aren't like super biased. I've never ever said that Scottie Pippen like was instantly replaceable by everyone. I think he was arguably the second or third best like swingman, whatever you want to call him, of all time. I don't think that they win. I mean, could he have been replaced? I mean, sure, but it would have taken way more than like some bench player. You would have had to have like a prime Clyde Drexler, maybe but like all these guys weren't available.
Wow.
But I'm going to say also that he coalesced into a great two-way player, which is what you need.
Wow.
And I mean, like I said, he was like, if anything, he was underrated. But like I said, it's
So all of y'all are equating Scottie Pippen to like Barkley and Drexler and all these great players. But
y'all
all we
listen
keep
to
hearing
these trolls. Jordan himself said he would not win without Pippen.
Well,
he
but
literally
what I
said, "I
understand-
will retire
Oh,
if
wait,
he
but
don't
wait a
beat
minute.
Pippen." So
But wait,
why are
that's
y'all paying attention to trolls?
The point of the
Literally
show.
Jordan
The point of the
told
show is to ask you why is there trolls available?
Speak
For,
to
why
the
do y'all?
trolls. Don't
Why
fight
did
the
no?
trolls.
You speak to those trolls because
Why?
those
I'm a
are y'all.
grown ass man. They
They
can
do.
do what they want. I ain't
Because
gonna-
they
I ain't
repping
gonna-
Jordan. They the ones
Y'all
who
let
walk
him
around here with
represent
Jordan
Jordan.
on.
Y'all let him represent
Nah,
Jordan.
we
Y'all
don't
the ones
claim
who
him.
want to entertain all the time.
What I tell you, Johnny? We don't claim him. What I say, and we ain't taking one for the team.
Y'all, this
Get out
whole
of here.
episode is about people y'all shouldn't be talking to.
No, it's not us talking to. Listen, they're safe in the comments. They want to talk to Brandon and I. They say Brandon and I run. We're scared of them. That's what they tell us. Literally, that's what they say when they won't come on here and speak. So y'all have to speak for them because you know what they tell us.
I'm not speaking for them. We're not doing that.
They say Craig, Ralph, and Travis be exposing y'all every week.
They say Craig more than anything. They love Craig.
They love Craig.
Trolls love Craig. Craig has built
If I was to talk to those
reputation.
people, if I was to talk to those people, I'd come off as a LeBron super fan, just because they're. I would have to expose them.
Like I honestly, like I'm gonna speak on this. We like Johnny B in the lives a lot. You have some that's even on TikTok, and I tell them, I'm like, yo, you got me defending LeBron, like especially when they say, oh, Kobe's better than LeBron. You got me defending LeBron, like, yo, no, Kobe's not better than LeBron. Come on now, stop it.
I mean,
they're all over.
That is the big argument right there. Kobe and LeBron, what I see.
And like what I always say with the Pippen thing too, just to get back, is like I say, no player, everyone needs help. It's like this disingenuous argument. Pippen was not super replaceable because he was one of the best two-way players ever. Same thing with you couldn't replace really who Karl Malone with John Stockton, 25 and like 8 guy, and that like who's going to replace Magic Johnson? Like it's disingenuous when you're trying to like nitpick things like that because nobody's the one without help.
That Jordan turned a 1665 player into a 6-time champion. That's what it is. Because anybody with those stats, y'all would be looking at him sideways if you said someone was great with 16, 6, and 5. Y'all would not even look at that way.
It's like, hey, Mike, what do you need to beat this 2-time Infinity?
And so when they was winning them titles, how many times did Pippen average 16, 6, and whatever you said?
Only I think he did that in '98 in the finals. No, I think it was 17.
For the
I think it was
season.
17.
We're talking about season.
For the season?
You guys want to lower Pippen all the time, saying that he only averaged 16 points a game, like that's what he did with the Bulls.
Averaged 30.
Why you guys always want to lower what Scottie Pippen did with Jordan?
When I say he stirred, there were seasons Jordan averaged more than 30 for a season. I say it's the same thing with you. You can say that for everybody.
Yeah,
this is the corral.
Nah, he didn't average no less than
You guys always say that Scottie Pippen's not that good. He only averaged 16 points a game. Like that's what he did when he was winning titles. Like he's
Now, when
only
he
a
was winning
16 points a game
titles,
scorer.
I said a career 16, 6, and 5. See, you're not listening.
Y'all know you said like, how can you win with that? Like that's not what Scottie Pippen did in his prime. That's not what he did in his prime.
nah, in his prime, he was a 20 point
Now he
player
played
for
6
sure.
seasons. He only played 6 seasons.
Scotty averaged 21, 9.5,
20.
and 6.5 in the first finals.
Okay.
He averaged
Oh, in the
20
finals.
Yes, in the finals. We're talking about finals. Against the Lakers, he averaged 20.8. So we're gonna go to 21 points per game. 9.5 rebounds, which is 9.4, 6.5 assists, 6.6. In the next finals, he averaged the same amount of points, 20.8, which is 21 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, right, and 7.7 assists against the Blazers. And then he went against Phoenix. He averaged 21 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 7.7 assists. Then in 96, he averaged 15.7, 8 rebounds. Everybody was bad in that finals. He wasn't the only one. And then against Utah, the first time, he averaged 20 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. And in the last finals was 16 points, 15.7, 6.8, and 4.8. So it's basically
that's when his back was messing up.
His back, and he came back only to save Jordan's legacy because Jordan promised him a life.
We're not doing that now.
And Jordan,
so he only played 6 seasons. Then
that's a stretcher, Johnny. We're not doing that. He came back to that. We not gonna do that.
See how
his back was messed up. Let's call him what his back was
Jordan
messed
didn't
up.
play 6 seasons.
No, I'm just showing you. I'm just saying, Scottie Pippen looked like he was averaging more than 16 points per game in the finals.
I said career. What's his?
Except for that last one.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at his career stats.
The last one was because the NBA was horrible then, Ralph. You know, 96, 97, 98. The NBA
that's when Kobe and them was drafted.
The pace was. That's when the pace started dipping.
Yeah, the pace was slow. The scoring was low. Everything was slow.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad.
And like when they say like Kobe played in the most hardest era, it was like hold on, wait a second, let's rewind this. The slowest pace was between the 95-96 season all the way up to I want to say like the 2003 2004 or something like that, if I'm served correctly. The pace slowly started going up after the rule changes.
Because I did see some scoring titles won under 30 points per game in the 2000s too.
I think it was the 04, 05. The pace started slowly going back up, if I'm served correctly.
I mean, the toughest the NBA has ever been was arguably from like 96 to 05.
Illegal defense
You
in
guys
zone
are the
too.
best. You guys are the best, man. Hey, Brandon got one more question. Y'all survived this. Y'all are doing good. Y'all have been doing good.
Lord have mercy.
As the MJ delegates, y'all have been standing 10 toes down. And we always appreciate you guys.
All right. My last question. Why is it a problem with people having Michael Jordan number 2?
The same reason why people have a problem that LeBron is number 2. Whatever problem you have with LeBron being number 2, that's my problem with Jordan being number 2.
So you basically saying you don't have a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with that.
All right, that's good.
As long as you put Jordan as 2, I'm okay with that.
I got Jordan third. I got Jordan third. Is that a problem?
I got a problem.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
All right, Travis. Do you have a problem with people saying Jordan's number 2?
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, if they really want to get into it, I'll pick apart their case. But I mean, it's like I don't have an issue with it. Just like I don't have an issue with Kareem as number 1 or 2, because I think his resume is on par with them. I mean, and you can ask LeBron fans, well, who was the GOAT before the scoring title? They'll be like Kareem, because like that's all they have really. And like, okay, it's not because he has 6 MVPs. He arguably had the best 10-year stretch of anyone in NBA history, or he has rebounding titles, blocked up, whatever. And like he has, but I mean, I won't be like, oh my God, you can't have Mike number 2. Like, I just don't care that much. What I have a problem with is when people start wild and they'll be like, oh, they just have the stupidest crap with no basis. Like the Larry Hughes thing, ridiculous. Just like, he didn't win until Pippen. All those arguments just come from super casuals. And, I mean, at the end of the day, the top 5 for me is solidified. So it doesn't matter.
All right, you, Ralph.
I'm right there with Travis. To be honest with you, I don't have a problem with anybody having Jordan at 2. I mean, it makes good conversation. To where we going back and forth, picking apart our conversations. But like once you start dipping either one of them past 2, that's when I start looking at you and be like, I can't rock with you. Yeah, 3. Yeah, I can't rock with you when you got him at 3.
They the only two
I'm gonna
players.
tell you, I seen a video. The lowest I've seen Jordan, I seen him at 7.
7.
That's ridiculous. Yes, I seen him. It's a
I got him
Well,
at
he
it's,
made a
5.
that's not
video.
that is not
I
as
got him
far
at
as you
5.
having Wilt Chamberlain outside of your top 10. That's the most ridiculous
He's
thing.
11. He's 11.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Like all right. Let me explain with Wilt Chamberlain. All right, I have him at 11.
Mhm.
If you want to argue between 7 and 10, I'm willing to have that argument.
Now I'm
Even
gonna make him
I'll
get in
say
your top
6.
5.
I'll
Ralph.
say 6.
Ralph,
No,
I'm
he's not
going
going.
to
He's not going top
officially
5.
one day have a sit down with you in your live, and Wilt Chamberlain will end up in your top 5.
Nah.
Okay. Go
Wilt
ahead.
Chamberlain, like I wouldn't argue like if like between 6 and 10. I mean that is definitely
I
a
already got you
conversation
to
with
6.
Wilt
I already got
Chamberlain.
you from 7 to 6 already, just in 2 minutes.
That's why I thought about it. I'm like, oh, actually, we
I'm
can
gonna get you there.
talk with
I'm
6
gonna
and
get
10.
you there. I'm gonna get you
We
there.
could talk there, but I do have him at 11.
All right, so I'm gonna put Jordan's jersey up here next to Wilt Chamberlain for you, man. We'll do that for you.
Hey, Ralph,
Now
do you have Dr. J in your top 10, right?
Yes.
No, okay. All right.
Yes.
I know Chad do not believe there's a such thing as a GOAT, so I'm pretty sure he don't really care where LeBron and Jordan is ranked, but he puts LeBron over Jordan. So, Chad, you got anything to say?
I would say if I'm doing a list, Jordan's 5th on my list.
that's nasty.
I was gonna say Chad's the only
That's
person I know that
nasty.
has Jordan as low as 5. That's the most I've seen
That's
with Chad.
nasty.
Yeah, Chad.
That's
Chad.
why I don't respond to anything he says to me anymore.
That's
That's
nasty.
because you can't respond. Because you can't respond.
That's nasty. Who you got in front of Jordan?
Lou Alcindor,
Jerry West.
LBJ, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell.
Yeah, the same 5. Chad and Brandon and
Lord.
I all have the same top 5 guys. We just have them in different orders.
Listen,
That's
you
nasty.
Travis,
can't
you
have
have Wilt
nobody
Chamberlain?
above them 2.
Travis, Wilt Chamberlain's in your top 5?
No.
No. Oh man. Hey Craig, not Craig. Go ahead, Brandon, because I don't want the exposure to come out. They disrespected Wilt Chamberlain too much again. There's too much disrespect.
Well,
Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
That's
Man.
disrespect.
Yeah, I guess they disrespect Wilt, and I guess you disrespect Jordan.
they got a guy at number 1 at 30 points a game.
So wait a minute.
Titles, but
So
a guy with 30 points and 7 scoring titles, he's not even top 5. Like, so
That's-
what
that's
really
Oh,
is
true.
one.
that criteria?
Which one? One got
That's
more
true.
scoring titles than the other, though, right?
no, but top 5. He said being top 5. You can have Jordan ahead of him, but he still has to be top 5. Man, he averaged the same amount of points with 7 scoring titles.
Not the same amount.
And
rebound titles.
more higher seasons of
Hold on
scoring.
to that.
Average 50 points a game,
okay,
40
you don't
points
have
per
Jordan in
game.
your top 10. Like, so what is your criteria?
And he made Jordan come back, even if he had to play on a different
We're
team.
not doing that.
Just to
We're
be
not doing that.
I
We're
should be
not
happy
doing
that he
that.
came back. That lowered his overall.
That's why I
standing.
got this jersey,
Even
because
if
Jordan
not-
had to pass Wilt Chamberlain.
We're not doing that.
I already said it goes Kareem, or it goes Mike, Kareem, LeBron, Kobe, and Bill.
What's your top 5, Travis? Say it again.
Mike, I said it goes Mike, LeBron, Kareem, Kobe, and then I said Bill, but I'm going to replace him with Duncan.
Okay, so that's
There you go.
So you have Kobe. So you have Kobe instead of Will. Okay, I see that. I see.
I'll take the L on that if you guys really want, but Kobe is my guy.
No,
know-
listen, it should be like Brandon said. If you really have Michael Jordan ranked high, Kobe should be somewhere close.
Kobe is the only guy I can fit up there that doesn't have like the sheer numbers and accolades, but I think I explained that. But he's just, I can't not put him up there.
I guess for me with Kobe and Jordan, like if you're using the argument that Jordan is superior to LeBron because you can't really use what he did in their career because LeBron, what he did in his career trumps basically everybody. So you have to use other things such as the eye test, heart, and all the other things that you want that people correlate to Michael Jordan being the GOAT. Kobe has to be second.
Mm-hmm.
He has to be second.
I
And
agree
that's
with
why
that.
a lot of people have Kobe very high because of the eye test, and like they heavily favor the eye test. I don't favor the heavily the eye test. I do use it, but it's not the top of my criteria. Is like when my top five is Jordan, LeBron. I just actually have Kareem, I think Duncan, and then Bill.
Yeah. To go back to your point there, Brent, I'd say that's one of the only times where you can point to all defensive selections and be like, that's actually super impactful, was when Kobe did it in the hardest defensive era of all time. Like when he won the majority of his, like from 2000 to 2009, where he won like 7, and those were like arguably the best defensive players of all time, like mixed in there. I mean, I'm not saying it's better than All NBA, but that's when he can be like, that boosts his resume quite a bit.
Well, the thing with Kobe, he got all NBA. Well, he got I think 12 all NBA first team. No, 10 all NBA first team selections.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
Yeah,
it's
and then
10.
Just say,
yeah,
And then he
9
got
all defensive.
until
9.
somebody get 4 final MVPs, I can't rank them above LeBron or Jordan. So
Kobe has 11 first team All NBA first
Oh,
teams.
11. Okay.
It's him.
Only LeBron has more.
Only-
Kareem has 10. Tim Duncan has 10. Malone has 11. Jesus Christ.
Let me correct myself. Okay, LeBron has the most first team All NBAs with 13. Then it's Kobe and Karl Malone with 11. Then there's several players that have 10, which include Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Tim Duncan, Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Elgin Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
So those are all the guys and all of these guys have at least obviously 10 NBA selections for their careers. So at the end of the day, those are those guys. So Jordan is top 5 in all NBA selections first teams. So I would give him that. Jordan is definitely great there. Brandon, you got anything else? Because I actually got
No, I don't have anything else.
All right. So before we get up out of here, I want y'all to know something. We had our top top 50 greatest players of all time, and we had our criteria. And I messed around and I took away the advanced stats and the scoring titles and like the seasonal awards, and it changed who the top 5 greatest players of all time are. Now it still includes Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell, but it changes the actual order. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest player of all time when we take away advanced stats and the seasonal awards. Even if we just leave the seasonal awards, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is still going to be number 1. Number 2 will be Bill
hey
Russell.
LeBron, you taking too long.
No. It's Bill Russell. I had to make sure I got it right. It's Bill Russell. Bill Russell is number 2. If we take away, it doesn't matter. If we take away the advanced stats and the seasonal awards, Bill Russell's number 2. LeBron is number 3 in either category, and Wilt Chamberlain is number 4 in either category, and Michael Jordan drops to number 5 in either category. If we take
Johnny, who did I say I was drafting first in an all-time draft? Who did I say?
That kind of
Kareem
sounds like my
Abdul-Jabbar.
top 5 there, almost in order.
What's your top 5 again, Chad?
I have Bill 1, Wilt 2, LeBron 3, Lou 4, Michael 5.
Yeah, it's Kareem, Bill, LeBron, Wilt, Jordan. That's what it would be if we took away the advanced stats, and then if we took away the seasonal stats with it, it would be the same thing. Now I don't know what it would be if we kept the advanced stats and just took out the seasonal awards. I did the advanced stats first, and then I did also the seasonal awards afterwards to see what it
The
would
Kareem always rises to the top.
No, Kareem has a great resume without
I
a
said
doubt.
the Kareem, sorry. Or the best players are always going to be top 10, regardless, usually,
Yeah.
of what you do. So
And because we can't grade Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain for their blocks and steals and defensive awards and stuff like that, it really helps them out at the end of the day when we do the criteria. But we are still working on the criteria. We're going to get Craig and all 6 of you guys, because to be honest with you, Chad is known as a LeBron sexual as well. He's definitely associated with GOAT James Kingdom. They associate him with us and Brandon and I because he's always trolling you guys. I guess all three of us are the best trolls. All six of us are the best trolls are out there, right? I mean, can we agree with that?
I don't consider myself
Apparently.
a troll.
Yeah,
You have to take those titles.
Craig's a troll in the comments. Ralph, I don't know, Ralph. You weird, Ralph. You
What do you mean I'm weird?
Yeah, he's weird because he don't troll.
Yeah, man, you don't troll. You don't.
Nah.
You just be like dodging all the weaponry. You just be like, you be beating.
It's like with me, it's like I've always said, if you're gonna speak some factual stuff, I mean, it's very. I'm not gonna bring a gun without no bullets. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just let you go ahead and talk. But if you come with some stuff that sound crazy, yeah, that's when I'm gonna speak up.
Yeah, but I'm gonna change the criteria because I'm gonna do my own criteria. I know Brandon's working on his own as well, and we're gonna work on one where you guys are involved, so we can have everything. But I'm gonna tell you this right now: I'm gonna take away the seasonal awards. Well, no, I'm gonna keep the seasonal awards. I'm gonna take away the advanced stats, but I'm gonna add some other stuff like how many your how many wins you have for your record, like for your career. How many times you made the playoffs, your winning percentage in the regular season and the postseason, your game highs. So I'm going to include the most points you scored in the regular season game, the most points you scored in the playoff game, the most rebounds, the most assists, so on and so forth, and add those instead of the advanced stats for the playoffs and the regular season. So what do you think of that, Brandon?
Oh, well, I guess it's cool if you get all that information. That's a lot of work.
No, no. There's all that's available though. We know who has.
Well, still a lot of work to do for everybody.
No, not for everybody.
He ain't lying.
That's just for
He ain't
myself.
lying.
I'm gonna do that for me. I'm just saying if we do, obviously.
No, I'm just saying like if you're doing for all the players, that's a lot of work.
Nah, I'm doing it for my top 25, top 30.
That's 25 players.
That's
So
still a lot of work.
Still a lot, man. If you start now, you can finish by next year.
No, listen,
Facts.
hello. Y'all forget we got every Sunday noon afternoon. Every Sunday, it don't stop. It don't stop here. This is GOAT James Kingdom. What you thought? We stop on Sunday afternoons? No, we keep bringing y'all more shit. Y'all don't understand. Brandon and I got fire for y'all every week, throughout the week. And on top of that,
Every week, I bring more shit too. It just goes to my
listen. I actually post more in your group than you do.
Yeah, you do. Because like I said,
it's a Jordan group. Ain't nothing to post.
A lot of.
I mean,
nah,
like
we're
I said,
not doing
you can
that.
say the GOAT one way. That's it.
Like I said, I be a lot. Like lately, I've been working a lot. But if I'm on social media, I'll be on TikTok, man.
I know. I got to get on my TikTokness. I got to start repping GOAT James a little bit more on TikTok. But y'all take it personal on TikTok. Y'all be getting hurt when I show up. Not you.
Nah, it seemed like you got a vendetta against Fluent a lot. Y'all go back.
Nah, actually, Fluent is good, man. I like Fluent, man. Fluent is actually a good representative. Shout out to Tone. He be representing. I got no problems with Fluent at all, man. You know who we have be having problems with, man. It's the GOAT James.
I ain't saying problems.
I have problems with them because Fluent doesn't challenge our intellect, our manhood, or none of that. He just has a straight conversation with us. You know what I'm talking about? When people try to challenge our manhood, talking about you're 42 years old, you shouldn't be acting this way. You're supposed to be
get into that.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Casuals, man.
Get into that.
You know what I'm talking
That's
about.
the ones y'all made this show
Or
for.
you
I don't know why I'm
can
here.
I'll pay for you to come play me one-on-one.
I got motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, giving Spirit and fucking airlines money because they want to see Brandon tonight. These guys really be
Don't do that.
They be in Arizona.
Another conversation. Let's go to another conversation.
Hey, okay. I know you guys probably see my post. I don't know if you've seen it, Ralph, about we posted a few times about the NBA awards and how the NBA listed 4 awards for LeBron, which is, they just go nuts over that. So, hey, Craig, have you seen the post? I know you've seen it a few times.
I told you I don't entertain those
No,
posts.
my question to you is: do you guys believe that Brandon and I fabricated that? Do you guys believe that that's actually officially on the NBA website?
I'm gonna speak on this. All right, a lot of y'all graphs are like a fly trap.
yeah,
That's what it is. And like the reason why, see, at first when I first started coming into the Go James, I used to fall for it. And I'll be like, I remember one time, literally, me and Brandon was just going back and forth for like 2 days. Literally.
Every
I say,
time
you
we make
know
a
what? I say, you know what?
Jordan, I go buy a pair of sneakers.
I'm not doing this no more. Because a lot of these grabs is made and everything, they're fly traps. And you gotta stay away from it.
I see the
Don't
fly
fly
trap
over there.
up.
I got pulled into it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty
yeah.
sure all three of us was a victim at one point towards those fly traps.
All right, which one is your favorite new one? Because you know we got that new one with the Jordan faces. Which one of the Jordan faces is your favorite one? Which one is the best troll?
Oh, those
Which
are
one
obvious.
Which one is the best one? Which one is that? Do y'all know which one?
What, the 38,000 points one?
Yeah, and then the other ones. I just dropped another one today about the 10 scoring titles.
Like
I'm gonna turn off my instant messenger and I'm gonna be the troll of my life. Watch. Y'all gonna really.
now I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I made one post. This was probably like last year. It was about all the totals, and I clipped all the totals, the good totals, and then I started coming back with these missed field goals and everything. It was like probably about 12 pages. That's the day that me and Brandon was going back and forth for like 2 days. And then I think Johnny spoke to me for probably about a half a day on that joint. I was like, yeah, I got under their skin a little bit with that one.
Oh yeah, that day, that week when I went in was make a post every other day. Oh yeah, I kept getting a whole bunch of messages. Like, oh yeah.
They said me and Brandon are cult leaders. Brandon and I all of a sudden have a whole cult.
Yeah, because they be sharing your shit in fucking Newsweek.
Now they ain't nothing, they be sharing they share a lot of y'all graphs and stuff.
They do, man. They're out there.
LeBron James Philippine group, and I see Goat James Kingdom me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Bro,
Yeah,
they're out there repping. They're repping you.
I want to say on TikTok, one of them was shared. And it wasn't even from y'all. It was somebody else that took your graph and shared it.
Listen, when Brandon asked me to do this thing, I told Brandon this has to be a thing that we create where LeBron James fans can be safe to talk about basketball, because Jordan fans are the worst. They don't let us appreciate. We can't appreciate Jason Tatum. Like I told you, we can't appreciate Jaylen Brown, James Harden, Westbrook, CP3, Damian Lillard, Karl Malone, Scottie Pippen. We can't appreciate no greatness of any basketball player because everything is judged on how you guys view Michael Jordan.
No, y'all just compare him to Jordan. How many posts? I don't even comment if it don't have Jordan nothing to do with it. If it's Jordan, why am I commenting about Jordan and then Goat James?
It's gonna be post of the week. Somebody posted it today. When you ask a LeBron James fan why LeBron James is the greatest player of all time, they compare LeBron James to all the players. When you ask a Jordan fan why Jordan is the GOAT, they compare him to LeBron James. So
that is not true.
That's 100% true.
It automatically proves that.
What LeBron fans are you talking to, man?
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna be objective. Y'all
get out there in these streets, Johnny.
The ones that we talk to, they the same. How you describe it with Jordan fans, they the same way. They compare with Jordan. LeBron fans compare LeBron
Y'all even
to Jordan.
got appreciation posts for these people.
Dude, real talk, Johnny. These people are like 99% of them are just delusional on both sides. They're just screaming at each other nonsense. And like I get out there and I check the Jordan fans who are just ridiculous. Same way I check these LeBron groupies. It's just like you get people like us in here. We're like semi-rational. Those guys down there arguing for days on end are just they're the ones who they're like 6-0 or they're like scoring title or whatever.
And then on the LeBron side, you'll have 38,000 points.
Yeah, that's
number
all
one
they have.
In points, top 5 in assists, top 8. They it's the
Oh,
like
y'all.
the narratives that you hear Jordan fans say, the 6-0, that you have the narratives on the LeBron fans that have that narrative as well too. So it
Delonte
goes hand
West
in
is his
hand.
father. Yeah.
Yes, we have. What about Kyrie Irving? And still to this day, y'all praise Kyrie Irving for everything he did in Cleveland. Nothing else. Nothing else. Only the 3 years he played in Cleveland with LeBron. Then he brought up Chris Bosh. Nobody knows anything about Chris Bosh's Toronto seasons or after LeBron left.
I don't know about Kukoc out
I
of
do.
Chicago.
Ray Allen.
What
Ray
the
Allen.
Kukoc?
Y'all act like LeBron James had 2004 Ray Allen or 2008 Ray Allen. He had a 2013 and 2000.
Jordan had a 38 Rodman.
He's a Rodman winning the offense. What's called most rebounds with the rebounding
Lead
champ.
the league in rebounds.
Oh, titles now?
Hey,
Seasonal titles matter now?
Before we get up out of here, before we get up out of here, before
They
we
matter
get
now. Rebound titles matter now. That's what we doing. We can't talk
So,
about
so,
scoring
so,
titles.
Craig, you're saying that Ray Allen was just as impactful as Rodman? That's what you're saying?
I'll
saying,
say.
I'm saying, what does the rebound titles got to do with it if seasonal titles don't mean anything?
Who
Why
said
would
season
you-
titles don't mean nothing?
I told you I was gonna keep him. I was gonna keep him. Brandon don't want to keep it in his criteria, but I'm gonna keep it in mine. I'm gonna keep it in there. Reason that those count.
Hey,
I know
Craig.
the rebound titles is why Jordan won.
Craig, do you remember when Mike was averaging like 27 points a game in 1991, and then in those finals he dipped down to 17 points a game, and he was the third leading scorer in his own team, and they lost the finals because he choked. That was a terrible stand of Mike's record.
Oh my God, we got the
Say that
troll
again.
of the day. Troll of the day.
Say that again, Travis.
I don't think I have to.
I don't know
hear
this.
that part.
It was just a quick chat.
You don't say that part is 2011. That's all you have to know. It's
It was
2011.
2011, yeah.
2011. 2011 is y'all favorite. That's y'all crutch. If
Yeah,
y'all had,
Wonder he didn't say.
Oh,
Hey,
12, yeah, that
so
narrative.
before we get up out of here, let me say this because the whole point of the show was about who trolls more. Obviously, Jordan fans troll more, but y'all troll even worse. Let me show you how y'all troll the worst. I mentioned how you guys don't like math. You guys don't like to use numbers because math don't work too well with y'all. 6 is not better than 11. A lot of things about Jordan, the numbers don't work well. You know what people brought up? LeBron James' school failing in math for the state test.
What? Who said that? I didn't hear
Did
that.
you not be online?
I've seen that.
Where? Well, like I said, Brandon, I've been working a
There's a
lot,
hundred
so I haven't
posts.
been seeing it lately.
Still in England, man. So I mean,
Brandon,
like,
you see, I tagged everybody on it. Brandon, did you see the people talk about the LeBron James kids in his school about how they failed the math test? When I showed how they don't like math when it came to the championship. Because remember, I mentioned about greatest winner, not the greatest player, just the greatest winner. That means Jordan's 6 championships do not trump 11 championships, no matter what y'all want to do. That also includes the 6 finals MVPs. That's where the conversation come from. So I got the 6 finals MVPs, but I got a lot of comments about the mind you, these are children that are a disadvantage. They're not disabled, they're disadvantaged children that you have to have a scholarship to go to LeBron James school. It's not like anybody can go to his school. You have to have scholarship. You have to actually reach a certain hardship to be in a part of that school. You go through a lot. That's why he gives you an apartment and all of that. But Brandon, did you read the comments about them making fun of the kids?
Oh yeah, they've been doing it for a month now.
That's crossing.
Like they're literally making fun of Bronny. So that's just what they are.
Chad has shown me that. Chad showed me that there's somebody who actually has a whole post that created a meme making fun of Bronny and what happened to him. But
this hopes that he dies, man. Said he hopes that he dies.
This is my problem right here. Like when you start evolving that type of stuff, I have a problem because that's
Jordan
not basketball.
For 20 years now. All of a sudden,
you're involved in.
You're saying Jordan got his father killed for how many years now?
That's I did.
There you go, Craig.
But see, when you go outside of basketball and start talking about this type of stuff, then now you're pushing it too far because now we're not talking basketball. We're getting personal about these players.
Yeah. I mean, they get personal all the time.
To do with it. Like Craig said, they talk about his father, and you talking about these kids in these schools, and then you talking about LeBron James' son. That is that is unacceptable in the basketball community, and that needs to be out of the conversation. I will like if anybody said that in my
It's
life, I'm booting them
community standards, though.
I've just been blocking.
Standards, though.
I've just been blocking people who do that.
I laugh at it. It's funny.
And
I've had my
mind you,
daughter.
this
I ain't
thing
gonna lie,
happened to
man. I
Ronnie this
reported
year.
Dave's
How many years have
comment
you been
about
hearing
he
about
wished
Jordan's
that
father?
Ronnie would die,
Listen,
and
I've had people.
Facebook messaged me back and said that met their community standards.
Listen, I've had my daughter posted. I've had people take go to my page and certain posts that I have that are public and post my kids and try to make.
I literally tagged y'all until some dude went and got on my picture. And
no, I know. No, you don't allow that in Goat James Kingdom. If anybody does that in Goat James Kingdom, that post will, that comment will automatically be removed. But I'm saying in other groups, I've seen people do that where they've taken posts, and they think it's funny. To me, I love my children. They're beautiful. I don't care what you think. They're beautiful to me. You don't have a good eye. Your eyes are horrible. Yeah, your eyes.
That's what people do when they can't actually talk basketball. That's what they do. They resort to like personal gimmicks and shit like that. So
yeah,
that's why I stopped posting in all the groups for stuff like that. Like,
I just can't. I can't rock with that. You know that's not basketball. You know.
Yeah, but again, we go through it. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand that we go through it. Like we said, Brandon had guys ready to fight him. Guys want to come play me one-on-one. They want to fight Brandon one-on-one. They want to put gloves on and fight.
There you go. I know who Johnny really talking about. I
got more than one. Listen, your boy, he opened up a door for other people to feel comfortable to say that they can play me one-on-one because they know we're not gonna play one-on-one. So now I get a bunch of people who say they're gonna play me one-on-one.
Jesus Christ.
For me, if you guys see what my post, just read the comments. This just all disrespectful stuff. Like they don't even argue what I'm putting post. They just say personal things about me. That's like 50% of the comments.
And mind you, hold on, before you go, Rob,
I'm gonna tell you,
hold on, wait. Before y'all say anything, Brandon and I don't post nothing personal about Michael Jordan. Everything we post about Michael Jordan is about his career. We don't post really nothing about him personally, nothing at all. All our graphs, all our things is about Michael Jordan's basketball career. We might slip a little comment.
Not that last one.
Which one?
What's the last one?
That one you got Jordan face on that stick figure people. Nah.
What stick figure? What you talking about?
The little comic little strip with Jordan face on it.
Which one?
His career.
What about
Brandon know what I'm talking about?
Which one is that one?
That's one we're learning
of the three faces with the book. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
But
that was nasty.
How to become the greatest scorer of all time.
Nothing is personal. Nothing is personal.
That's literally about stats.
The only one is that when I did put in the comments something about his marriage, right? Gambling away his marriage and his team. That was in the comments.
Well, the gambling is personal.
What you mean? That was a problem. Jordan had a gambling problem.
But that's his personal stuff. That ain't basketball.
No, but he gambled away his team. His team was the difference. That's what I'm talking about.
I like how you rearranged that though.
No, but he did gamble his team. He did put his team up against a risky move. It would have made him a lot of money, but he lost money and he had to give up his team for it. That's all.
So Willie said those are not Jordan fans. Those are just LeBron haters.
Willie is worst. First of all, y'all better step up y'all game because none of y'all are better than Willie. None of y'all. Willie is really stepping up. If Willie stepped up right now, we would have classic videos for the next 2 weeks.
Willie, well, the comments say we paid him to come on to say the stuff he say. So they don't believe that he's a real person. They think he's getting paid by us to say ridiculous things.
Listen, Ralph gives Jordan fans a safe haven like we give LeBron fans a safe haven.
They say y'all pay me too, and then I ask what they did alone.
Willie's number one because Travis is too smart for Jordan fans, so is Craig. But Ralph lets Jordan fans live in his little hub, so that's cool. Everything is fine there.
And now, before you engage,
I let them live in their hub. What do you mean?
They don't have LeBron number 2. Then
I let them live in their hub. Hold on.
With them.
Listen, Ralph. Listen, Ralph. Listen, I'll be on y'all lives. I'll be listening. I wasn't there last night. Though. I wish I was there last night. But I'll be listening. You be letting them get away with a lot. Just like we let them get away with a lot, but it's understandable because you're a Jordan fan. You rep Jordan, and you let people talk about LeBron, and we let people talk about Jordan. That's fine. It's okay. It's but you don't take one for the team. Brandon and I do take one for the team. We take all.
I'm gonna say this. If they say some false stuff, no, I do disagree with them.
Mhm.
Like if they say some ridiculous stuff as well, I definitely go against them. Like
No, but you allow other things. I would give you that. You don't just allow Jordan fans. It's not just strictly Jordan fans. That you can say between Brandon and I, we don't allow that other stuff. It's only LeBron. You have to represent LeBron and GOAT James Kingdom. If you're not doing that, Brandon and I do not like you. You gotta move on. We don't like you.
All right. So don't approve any more personal posts about Jordan on your group then. I don't want to see nothing about
That's your job. We want listen. Travis can post about Jordan whenever he wants. Craig, you can post about Jordan whenever you want. Ralph can post about
but
Jordan.
I don't want to see posts about
Willie
Pippen and loss of Pippen
Willie
getting
can post
married.
about Jordan whenever he wants. Anybody who's man enough to come on GOAT James Kingdom and truly show themselves as a Jordan fan, we don't mind that. Brandon and I don't care about y'all being Jordan
No,
fans.
but I don't want to see posts about Jordan's son getting married to Pippen. That has nothing to do
No,
with
we have to talk about that because she about to take some of Jordan's money.
Oh my god.
that's nasty.
Another Pippen being carried to a ring, huh?
Not only did she take Pippen's money, she got the Jordan money.
Oh,
Because mind you, she got the Pippen trying to get the Jordan.
You right. No Pippen, no ring, huh?
Dude, that was the best thing I ever saw. Was like another Pippen getting carried to a ring. That was hilarious.
Or Pippen getting a
Pippen
Jordan
to get another Jordan a ring.
Exactly.
How is he buying a ring? He's giving her a ring. That means he has no ring.
That's the number one proof that Scottie Pippen is taking money right off of Jordan because now Jordan's son has to go buy some $20,000 ring for Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Hey, how does that happen? Like what?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's some underlining shit. There's what that is.
But it looks like we have exhausted ourselves because now we're talking about gold diggers. So we're gonna move on. Shout out to everybody who's on the panel, everybody in the comment section. We appreciate everybody. Brandon, you got any last words, brother?
No, I got any last words. I know the other comment section has been going wild. I've been trying to read it. I can't really respond on my phone, but you guys keep it up. Yeah, you gotta keep it up. I know y'all going in on Willie, which Willie definitely deserves it. Keep going in on Willie. He definitely deserves it. But Willie, whatever you got time, go ahead and get back on the show.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the comments. I see Ghost 2000, King John,
King John,
NBA King. You guys are having a great time. Jay is the best. Jay is really a Kobe lover. But for some reason, he just hates LeBron.
He just trolls LeBron.
Yeah, he does. They shout out to Adrian. These are all Jordan guys.
When you want to engage with someone who thinks Jordan's the GOAT,
Adrian,
they got LeBron ranked. If they don't got him ranked too, don't engage with them.
Listen, leave it. Y'all can have whatever you want. We love the engagement. The engagement is better.
So stop complaining. Why we have a whole show about it then? Why are you complaining for?
We have a whole show because me and Johnny get mentioned over 100 times a day with slander to our family and kids, and they just think that we are in this relationship. No, they really think we are in a relationship with LeBron James because we post about him, and we should not post about him. And then at the end, they say Jordan is a GOAT.
Brandon, you're a fake account, right? Brandon, you're a fake account, right? Brandon, you're a fake account for the Philippines.
I got a whole bunch of fake accounts.
Are you a fake account from the Philippines? Because I
got some of them apparently.
I was told. Now, mind you, shout out to the Philippines. There's a lot of LeBron James fans in the Philippines because the Lakers have a lot of Philippine fans.
NBA 2018.
So shout out to the Philippines. Shout out to everybody in the Philippines. It's not my fault. Jordan is not liked but nowhere but in America, I guess. I don't know if he's liked elsewhere.
Well, some people say 70% of the world thinks Michael Jordan is a GOAT, even though 70% of the world probably don't even know who Jordan is. But they believe 70% of the world believe Michael Jordan is a GOAT.
Didn't say that, but I know there's people other than the world that knows of Jordan. He's an icon like Michael Jackson. Everybody.
If there is anybody that's a true star in basketball, it is Michael Jordan. Even though
If you heard of Snoop, you heard of Jordan.
I give you that. Jordan is the star of all stars. That's the only GOAT stance y'all will any one of y'all will ever
And he
have.
has some nice shoes. So
Yes.
that LeBron wear
No,
Jordans
not
and
all
his
of them.
kids wear Jordans, so that's why Jordan's the GOAT.
That's questionable. After he retired, I don't know what happened. I think even when he played in Washington, the shoes he came out while he was in Washington were ugly.
Yeah, those sneakers is nasty.
Yeah, they were nasty. So, and there was
You
some
don't
other
buy
sneakers
everything.
better.
You just buy what you like.
Penny sneakers were better. The penny foam composite sneakers were probably one of the greatest sneakers ever made of all time. The Scottie Pippen Air sneakers.
Hell,
Walmart
those
special.
composites was too heavy to
And
ball in.
at the end of the day, nothing beats a shell top Adidas and the old Converse flat top
Yeah,
sneakers.
dude.
Those are the
Can I get a Shaq Reeboks?
Oh,
Mhm.
That's right. The Walmart specials.
damn, Shaq
Foam
Reebok.
composites was too heavy to ball in. You know
That
what
was
I'm
a
saying?
good thing Shaq
I'm gonna
did,
tell
though,
you
man.
what
That was
I'm
a
gonna
good
tell you
thing
what was
Shaq
comfortable
did,
to
though.
ball is the answers. The answers are very comfortable.
I don't give a
No,
damn. I
yeah.
played in Air Force Ones with the straps, the high tops with the straps. That's what I played in.
Y'all hear what Shaq suggested the WNBA do?
Yeah, lower the goal.
Hey, Brandon, what shoes did you used to play in, Brandon? What kind of shoes? Do you play mids,
I think that
lows,
would
or
actually help them out a little bit.
Brandon?
We play in mids.
You played in mids. I used to play
I
with
played in
high.
flight posits. They was lighter.
We just we all always got team shoes, so it was
Yep.
probably always Adidas.
Always Adidas did start.
Yeah.
They did start first trying to go to high school players and college teams. So, but anyways, y'all, we are GOAT James Kingdom. As you can see, Brandon and I bring it like no one brings it. We are not Jordan haters. We are trolls, but that's only because we have to deal with a lot of trolls. Because there's more LeBron trolls, people that troll LeBron all day long, than Brandon and I. We're just the best. And you guys don't like it because we're better than even y'all at trolling when it comes to this
I
conversation.
like that jersey. That's fire.
Yeah, that's why I tell you. That's why I tell you. I troll with the best of them. This is actually the
Oh,
best.
he love
Jordan.
that jersey.
This is the best Jordan ever right here. This is the best Jordan ever. His career right
Nah,
here.
we're not doing that.
It was when he was at his best. He won more games in this jersey without Scottie.
Longevity.
Longevity. He scored
30,000
points in this. He got 14 All-Stars in this. So
longevity at its finest.
at his finest, Michael Jordan, 40 years old, was balling better than he was at 36.
Only 40-year-old to put up 20 for a whole season, right? Right?
Yeah.
Till LeBron.
Only.
Till LeBron. Because y'all know LeBron's playing 2 more
I didn't
years.
say nothing about LeBron. You mentioned LeBron. So
Because this is GOAT James Kingdom. This is
All right,
GOAT
then.
James Kingdom.
He's 38 years old. He ain't 40 yet.
He gonna be,
Well, he can
He's-
take a
he's
2-year
gonna be
break.
it.
He can take a 2-year break and
he's
come back
playing
to
2 more
40.
years. He's playing 2 more years for sure. And don't let them get Giannis
They not gonna get Giannis. We're not doing that.
or Trae Young. Either or.
How they gonna get Trae Young?
Because it's the Lakers. They do
There's the Lakers, but
It's a like
Nah, we not doing that.
that's
We not
what
doing it. They not getting neither one.
I mean. All they gotta do is sign with him.
Final MVP.
we'll see if AD can
They
carry
don't have
again.
the cap to sign him.
Listen, y'all have a great Sunday afternoon. This is the GOAT James Kingdom Show with BB and A Johnny. We'll see y'all next Sunday. I actually won't be here next week, but Brandon will be back with a new topic
Yeah, I'll be here.
and a new discussion. It'll be football season. Enjoy your football season, y'all. Y'all be safe. Shout out to Craig. Catch him Travis on Facebook. Also Chad in Facebook. Catch Ralph Alexander 65 on TikTok. You can catch us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You know who we are. This is GOAT James Kingdom. Y'all have a great Sunday afternoon, y'all. Stay blessed, y'all.
All right, see you
Peace
guys.
out, guys.
Peace, y'all.